So Superintendent Austin Buettner announced last week this school will resume on August 18th. What that will look like, is still largely up in the air, depending on, what guidance ultimately comes from the federal government and the state government. And then we are offering summer school for students who, have failed a course or gotten an D in a course. They will have an intensive summer school option available for the first time in many, many years. So if your child's interested in signing up for that program, they can do so beginning at this Monday, May 18th at noon. And for students who haven't gotten a D or a fail in a course, they will be able to sign up for summer school. That's quote unquote more fun. So, I know the thought of summer school for a lot of young people isn't the thing that'll get them really excited and looking forward to summer, but, we're offering courses such as, guitar lessons and a partnership with the LA Chargers where they get to learn about the science of sports. So it's really kind of closing, in my opinion, the opportunity gap where a lot of, students might be able to pay to take these classes at a community college or one of the wonderful programs that CSUN offers, but CSUN can only accept so many students into their programs as an example, and so this will give an opportunity for all students to take classes virtually, and for the summer school options that we are offering, all the materials they need will be provided to them. So if you would like to learn more about these programs, you can go to lausd.net/summer 2020, and you can see what's available for elementary, middle, and high school students, and then come Monday, you can also begin signing your child up for summer school to begin on June 24th.
The summer school, that's a virtual academy, right? It's not one-on-one or on-site.
Yeah, that would be like virtual,
Okay.
virtual lessons, like an online classroom that looks kind of like this.
And has the district announced whether that will continue until such time as a vaccine has been developed?
So summer school will last a couple of weeks and then it'll conclude. And then regular school will resume on August 18th. And I would say on all likelihood, it won't be all 650,000 students returning physically to school on August 18th, but the mechanics of how that will work still hasn't been determined.
Okay, I think it's wonderful that LAUSD is doing all these outside things at school, but my question is, if they can figure it out during this pandemic, why are they not doing all these outside things during the regular school year when we didn't have this? I mean, I would love to see guitar in the schools, and I would love to see sports coming to the schools, and I'm just curious, all of a sudden, it's there for us, but if we weren't in this, why wouldn't we be doing this, like we did years ago for my children, let's say? I just find it very curious, so I just wanted to make that comment and share it with everybody.
I appreciate that comment, Linda. I would say that this period has caused a lot of hardship, and I don't want to point to a silver lining and diminish how much families have struggled, but I think that one silver lining that is going to come from this is that when we do ultimately return physically to school, every single student in the district will have a device, and that'll be a huge game changer, because we have some schools that 100% of the students have their own Chromebook that they can take home, and they can do work, and they can access the internet at home. And that was not the case for most of our students at the district. And we had an additional 100,000 students that had no internet access at home. So I think that that's one silver lining that's going to come out of this. And as far as why hadn't this happened before, well, the district had to allocate, Superintendent Buettner is currently operating under an emergency order, which means that every decision the district makes doesn't have to go through board approval first. And so once that order was put in place, the superintendent allocated $100 million towards COVID efforts. And $100 million doesn't just pop out of anywhere. That will, pose a significant strain to our district likely moving forward, because we still don't know how much money we're getting from the federal government or from the state government. And I shared with Glenn a letter that the district and 4 other large urban districts sent to Governor Newsom regarding CARES Act monies. The district also sent an additional letter to the federal government on a Friday, asking for additional stimulus to be given to schools, because there's a lot of money being spent right now. We're feeding a lot of people, and we're not complaining about doing this because obviously we want to help our monies and support our families, but there just hasn't been that level of investment in public education that there really, in my opinion, should be.
No, I totally understand that, because like I said, I'm a teacher for over 20 years, but I just hope that all of this, we learn something from this and we move forward in that regard. A lot of our students don't have these things, and it would be nice to have them, on a regular basis after all this happens. So that's what I'm hoping the board members and Mr. Buechner learn from this. So that's all my comment is.
Thank you, Linda and Tara. This is a huge issue and nationwide, I'm sure. And I don't want to crawl too deeply in the weeds, and maybe we can put this on an agenda for a later date. But 100,000 households, 100,000 students with no internet access, I really think that that's something that at some point we can't make an earth-shaking change with that, but we can certainly discuss it and maybe make a proposal or something. So maybe we can put it on an agenda for the future. We have a full agenda for this evening, so I don't want to push it too much, but that's extraordinarily concerning to me, because they can't get into the libraries for that. And that's just a reflection on where we are not in this state or in this nation. So yeah, for our students, I think we do need to take another look at that. Yeah, that's very concerning. I was completely ignorant about the numbers of students who lacked internet access. So thank you for pointing that out.